Shalom, everybody. Welcome back to On Assignment for Alignment with Ayo Naima. I am Ayo Naima. This is officially the 17th episode, so y'all know I'm excited. And as usual, I am wishing you all a peace that passes all understanding. So if you don't mind, ride with me on this journey to learn how to speak less and be still. So, you know, ever since up until now, really, up until I've committed myself to this journey to, just commit to myself, really, and just get to know myself on a deeper level, really heal and, start running from my issues. I'm realizing how much I over explain myself, and I'm realizing that me over explaining myself comes from me overcompensating for the fact that my inner child, my younger self, didn't feel heard, right? So now, as I'm reparenting myself and I'm learning how to comfort myself and love on myself and give my younger self and this version of myself some compassion and empathy, I'm learning that it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about me, as long as I know the truth for myself and God as well, And I'm just really starting to realize that I don't have to overcompensate. I can really sit back and let myself know and really just hug myself, because one of my favorite things to do is to hug myself and give myself that empathy and that compassion that my current self deserves, and my younger self, definitely my younger self, like she deserves so much. And everything that I'm doing now is like it's in honor of her, and I just want her to know that she don't have to over explain herself to overcompensate for the fact that she hasn't been heard, because now I hear her. Now I understand what she wants. Now I know what she wants, and now I'm getting in tune more with what she wants and what she's always seen for herself, and validating her feelings myself, and she don't gotta do that with everybody. Like, if let me give an example. So say somebody asks me how I'm doing, and I could just keep it real short with they ask, like, girl, I'm good. I don't have to go into this whole thing about like how everything that I have going on in my life just to overcompensate and make myself feel seen to somebody else. No, I'm good. I'm just relaxing, making sure that I'm feeling like my best self, and that's enough. I don't have to over explain myself, tell people what I got going on in my life just so that I can feel good in the presence of others. No, I know what I got going on. Me and God know. And that's enough for me. It is. And it always should have been, but God puts us through certain things in life so that we can grow and be better. So I'm grateful for that as well. And the more I recognize the power of being a woman, the power of my womanhood, the power of being a black woman, the more I'm learning to be intentional about what I share with people. I don't, I don't know. It's just like I'm just in a space where I don't want to share a lot anymore. I want to protect myself a lot more. I want to show myself that as long as I share it with God and I share it with myself, that's all that matters. And I feel okay and I feel comfortable with that. That's all that matters, And even now I'm like touching myself because I'm trying to make myself feel comfortable with the fact that that I'm now in that era of me being okay with not sharing, and understanding that there's peace in privacy and there's peace in creating a sacred space for yourself. And I'm learning how to create that sacred space for myself, And now that I'm actually getting closer to God, I'm realizing that, you know, I'm in a space where I have to make room for a sacred space for myself and that sacred space for God as well. And, you know, especially with me having a podcast, of me sharing my healing journey and just my journey of me becoming more into who I am, I'm realizing how important that sacred space is. And because I think that there's a way, I know for a fact that there's a way for me to be transparent without being, without oversharing, you know, and there's a way for me to be vulnerable without oversharing. It's okay for me to keep things to myself and keep them private and keep them sacred to me because it's who I am. And plus, when it's a healing journey, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to talk about it with other people other than like my therapist and God, without working through it first. If I don't feel comfortable talking about it, I'm not going to talk about it. So now that I have my podcast, I'm realizing how much more important it is, and I'm not selling my soul just for views, you know, and I'm not selling my story just for views. I'm doing it genuinely to help people, but there's a way and there's a craft to it all, and it's an art of it. It's an art to it, you know. And even, you know, I remember like a few months back, I had did my lifetime achievement vision board, and I like shared it on my story. But I actually redid the entire thing, and I haven't showed anybody, and I don't plan to. I plan to keep it to myself, and just read it to myself every single day and incorporate it in my morning routine. Like, you know, I'm honestly allowing my morning routine to become like a more natural thing to me, something that I want to do in order to, you know, get my spirit together, and not look at my morning routine as like a chore. Look at it as something that I'm looking forward to do. So this morning I woke up, and honestly, I never go on my walk at the same time every morning, only because, like, you know, people be weird. But, you know, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my God, the sun is going to be so beautiful when I go on my walk. So let me go and catch the sunrise, right? So, you know, I did my prayer while I walked. And, you know, I talked to myself. I came back in. I looked myself in the mirror and said, Ayo, I love you. And I gave myself a few affirmations as well. And then after that, I went into my office and I read my vision board, and I just allowed myself to just feel everything that I'm reading about this life that I'm co-creating with God. And it felt like such a beautiful process, and it felt like such a sacred process and such a private process. And I wanted to just keep that. I want to keep that to myself. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And, you know, for me, you know, it gives me confidence when I'm keeping things. I'm learning this. I'm learning that my confidence is building as I'm keeping things to myself, and as I'm only sharing what God is telling me to share, you know, and what myself is comfortable with sharing. And I'm just learning, like, even when I read my vision board, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I can feel the confidence in the Holy Spirit just fill my body, and just, you know, just overall power just fill my body. Like, Ayo, this is all possible for you. It is happening for you. And when it does happen, you're going to shock yourself, you know, and it's already happening it's already happening in the supernatural. You just doing your part in the natural, to see it come to pass. Right. And it's just building my confidence even more to step into that power and go into it and ease into it, and also just stay grounded in the process and stay present. And that's what I was trying to get at when I was talking about my morning routine. Just like staying grounded and not thinking so far into the future, you know. And that's what my vision board does for me. Like, it allows me to just stay grounded. Like, wow, yes, I can't wait for these things to happen, and I'm excited for them to happen. But where I am right now, it creates a certain type of stillness in me. And that stillness allows me to be grounded in my spirit, in my word, in God's presence, and in my own presence, and another thing, like I am during my in my morning routine, I'll read my scriptures, my favorite scriptures, and they just help me to just be still and know that God is working. Know that God is working. God is doing his biggest one. He doing it. But in order for God to create his biggest one in the natural, I have to be grounded in where I am. So that's why I'm making it a point to speak less, observe, and be still. Just be still and know that God is working. He is doing it. It's happening, and I feel like I know for a fact the personality test that my therapist gave me also helped ground me, and it also let me know that in this process of me co-creating with God my dreams, it's important for me to protect my energy, protect my space, protect my relationship with God, protect my relationship with myself, and protect my relationship with my goals and desires, right? Because the more I come into my power and my confidence in my dreams, the more people will try to impose their fears onto me, right? And the thing about it is, even people closest to me have done it, and I don't fault them. It's not personal, and that's coming from a person who's done that to people as well. I've imposed my fears onto people before, but that's because I didn't see what God had for me, and it made me feel a way about the fact that they saw what God had for them. And the fact that I know that it allows me to be able to tap back into that energy and understand that it's not personal when people do that to me. But I'm going to take it personal, and I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm going to shut up about what I got going on, because at the end of the day, I don't have to let you into my life just because you are not in tune with what God has for you, and I am. I don't have to let you in on that sacred part of my journey. I really don't. I still love you, and I pray that you find your way, you know what I mean? And I'm always going to be there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to change as far as who I am at my core. But I can't let you in on this sacred part of my journey because it's for me to tap into. And I know how highly sensitive I am, and I understand that anybody's fears can definitely seep into my subconscious mind and allow me to just change the way that I move, and people, they don't do it on purpose. It's never personal, but I'm gonna always take it personal as far as me just pulling back and making sure that I protect my dreams from people who don't see what God has for them. And that's okay, and it's hard going through those kind of growing pains, because you never want to feel like you're above anyone, but you have to understand that when you are tapped in with God, you really are truly tapped in. You are truly tapped in. The things that God is putting on your spirit, he's putting them on your spirit because you are tapped in with him. You are taking time out to create a relationship with him, and that's gonna cause friction in your life. It's gonna cause for things to just naturally fall off, and that's okay, and and I'm grateful to be at the point where scaling back and keeping things private. Because I remember my best friend telling me something like this maybe like 2021. She was like, sometimes things just need to be private. Like, everything don't have to be for everybody, and now I'm finally getting it. Some things do, a lot of things, honestly, I'm really realizing, just in a whole, just of me protecting my energy as a whole. Even when people when I'm just meeting people and they are really excited to meet me, or they see my light and I don't want to say they want in on it, but when people see my light and they want to meet me, they want to hang out, they want to do this and that, I don't have to accept that. You know, if something about it is not aligned with me, I'm okay with not accepting it. I don't have to accept that. And that's a part of me becoming a woman and growing into my womanhood and my power, is knowing that I don't have to accept every invitation that someone gives me into their life. I'm cool over here, you know, especially with me exploring who I am right now. This time is for me. So I'm gonna align where alignment is at, you know. But if it's not in alignment, I'm gonna give things a chance. But if it's not in alignment and something about it in my spirit is like, maybe we should put this off, I'm gonna put it off, you know. um you know, and I have, and in this journey of me getting to know myself and just stepping into my power and stepping into who I am, turning my goddess up. I like that little phrase. I have moments where I feel like I deserve more recognition than I have right now. But then I have to be still, hush, and understand that God has me in this space for a reason, right? And that reason is because he's building my character. He is. He's building my character. He's making me realize that there are things that I need to learn, because when my time comes, when he flipped that page and it's to somebody else, it's gonna seem like it happened overnight. I'm gonna know that ain't nothing happened overnight. I did this from the inside out. I built a relationship with God. I built a relationship with myself. I stepped into my confidence. I asked God for the strength to step into my confidence, and he worked on me. And I'm gonna be able to appreciate that in a different way, so that this place that I'm in right now is serving its purpose, and I'm living in it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm loving it, and I'm embracing it most of all. And I'm thanking God for real, and being grateful for it, because it's so much that I'm gonna learn in this season, in this space, in this place, that can't be replaced by anything or any relationship that God is gonna bring into my life. So yeah, and I'm grateful to be able to sit still whenever I feel anxiety, fear, or worry coming along. Like yesterday, honestly, I even thought myself into like a black hole yesterday, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take a break, I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna take a walk, and I'm gonna pray, and I'm going to, you know, talk about it with God, and I'm gonna talk about it with myself and talk myself off a ledge, because I'm worth it, my dreams are worth it, and my higher self is worth it. And it worked. It really did. I had to get myself back to a space where I was like, you know what, we're not gonna do this. We are not about to think ourselves into a black hole, because it's not worth it. It's really not. And it's so much to look forward to. You know, you don't have to think yourself into no black hole, because for what? For what, girl? For what? And yeah, so now I'm in a space where I'm realizing that, because I'm human, so anxiety, worry, and fear are gonna come, you know. But the thing is that I have to move through it. I have to do everything that I see for myself, with anxiety, with fear, with worry. Just do it, because eventually I'm gonna be able to talk myself off that ledge and be like, look at you, just doing it up, doing it up. You know what I'm saying? The best is yet to come, baby. The best is yet to come. Find joy in the journey, you know, believe that you can be a game changer. And everything is going to pan out for you. And I have to always just remind myself of that. And yeah, so I definitely went on a walk yesterday, and it was so peaceful, and I was like, this is so worth it. And I'm just grateful to be able to have that tool and to have the strength to talk myself off the ledge. And I always ask God for the strength to just, you know, cover my thoughts, cover my anxiety and my worry, and just give it to him, you know, and understand that that's a burden that I don't have to bear, period. You know, I don't have to, you know, it's gonna happen, but I have the power to ask God for the strength and just get it out of my way, so that I can move forward and be my best self, right? But that is all for this episode, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Ayo Naima. This is On Assignment for Alignment. Make sure that y'all follow me on Instagram at AYONAIMA_ and on TikTok at AYONAIMA_OAFA. And my email is AYOWALTON0@gmail.com. If you have any questions, any topic suggestions, we manifesting brand deals, and just anything in between, y'all. I'm always willing to reply and extend my energy for things that deserve my energy. And thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all on the 18th episode of On Assignment for Alignment. Bye, y'all.